Joan Gada Yalada. Welcome to all our friends and relations, and thank you once again for joining with us in what is our fifth episode entitled Guriella. Guriella, briefly, is we refer to in a generic sense as the rainbow serpent, and it's related to interconnectedness, regeneration, revitalization, and creation. It is a creative, regenerative force. Today I'll be just giving a brief overview of where we've been to date, and we'll begin, of course, with the first storyboard, the heart. If you remember, in the first session we looked at this storyboard. The heart was looking at Aboriginal values, beliefs and practices and social organisations pre-1788. The role of men and women, elders, our bush foods, our medicines, rituals and ceremonies, and the cohesiveness of a lawful society. In our second episode entitled White Clouds Upon the Water, we looked at policies that were forcibly imposed on Aboriginal peoples, extermination, segregation, forced kidnaps and removals from family and home country, and the various methods of what they termed in inverted brackets dispersal. That was White Clouds Upon the Water. In our third episode, we looked at the storyboard Alienation, which looked at the impacts of those forced policies and acts and actions by British imperialist forces 1788. Those impacts included the breakdown of family structures, loss of language, of homelands, of identity and culture. Our fourth storyboard is entitled Celebration. And this one here, we looked at the process of decolonisation and looking at reconnecting again to those things in the first storyboards, reconnecting to country, reconnecting to bush foods, language, families, ceremonies, rituals, etc., and regenerating the ancestral ways and beliefs and practices of our people. And here, now in the boards, this fifth storyline is entitled Guriella, and you'll see Guriella winding his way throughout the country, signifying interconnectedness and regeneration and renewal. And also here we see how in spite of those who would refer to looking at factual history as a black armband view, we can, and that history has nothing to do with where we're at today in what we're seeing. But in fact, we can see here quite clearly how the the coming from a functioning society and then confronting invasion and the subsequent colonisation process, how this begins to break down and create trauma amongst individuals, families, and in fact trauma that spans generations. It's in the Aboriginal worldview, everything is interdependent, interconnected. People to earth, and everything that happens is all connected. And so here we look at these storyboards, Gurriela.